Good morning, everybody. My name is Ivan Ethos, and welcome to Gaming with Spirit in a Nutshell. So, once again, in a nutshell, we're going to be talking about a new Warframe, and I actually am jumping backwards because I actually made a video about Ash, and then it got recorded without any sound. So we're redoing this one with Ash, and he's going to be the first Warframe I kind of do the video on, so expect some weird stuff in the playlists. Anyways, so what we have with Ash today is we have Ash Prime, of course, which, again, Prime variants of Warframes do not necessarily mean that they are quote-unquote more powerful. They sometimes have small increases to certain things like armor, energy, well, those two things, and then they also have usually more polarity slots. So to start with, I'm just showcasing that this has no mods on it whatsoever. I do not like Ash Prime myself. I don't play him very much, but I do have him because he is a frame, he is experience, and he's a prime. So I'm a collector. I like having my pieces. I do also however, know how to semi-play him and the playstyles that work best. I'm also using the Latron. The Latron is a weapon you can pick up from the marketplace. It costs about 15,000 or 20,000 or 30,000 for the blueprint and then some resources, and you can build it in the foundry. It's a pretty early level weapon. The Lex, which is also unmodified, which is another early level weapon that you can get a hold of. It's a good crit weapon, actually, where the Latron, I believe, also is a crit weapon. No, it's kind of a balance between the two, kind of bad on both. Then also the Amphis, which you can get if you are doing, if you have a clan, you can get the Amphis from the Energy Lab. Again, a kind of a basic lower end weapon to pick up. Actually, I think I'm going to get rid of the Amphis and pick up instead wherever my Skana went, somewhere in here. I have a Skana in here somewhere. Skana. There it is. So the difference between a regular Skana and... So this one has... Oh boy. So a regular Skana, which is one of the first weapons you can get a hold of, it is a 5% chance to crit, where my Prisma Skana has a 20%. And it also has a smaller critical multiplier and attack speed. So my Prisma Skana is quite a bit better, but once again is still unmodded. So what we're going to be showcasing here is the first, we're going to do 5, we'll do 6. Is there a way of increasing those without having to go through them again? Probably not. Ooh. Alright, so we'll get rid of them. We'll do our regular Lancers. We'll make sure there's 6 of them. We'll pause the AI. And we're going to run them at level 30. So this is going to show, I'm going to showcase all 4 of his abilities first, and then I will show him by comparison to weapons that you'll probably not have when you get Ash. So for anyone who's interested, I will be showing how to get Ash Prime at the end of this video, but until then, we're just going to go with how he plays. So Ash's first ability is called Shuriken. It slices through people and kills them. Again, this is unmodified. Unmodified level 30s, I can slice through. I think that the Shuriken has a nearly infinite punch through, so it goes through as many enemies as possible. It's not very wide, so don't expect to be hitting like big swaths of enemies or shooting multiple Shurikens. That is not how Ash works. But his second ability is Smokescreen. So Smokescreen, I can run up, and if these guys were attacking, I could Smokescreen. They all get kind of stunned for a second, and I'm invisible for about 8 seconds. Kind of a cool trick. Additionally, his third ability, which is pretty simple, has a very long-range teleport, which is kind of cool. It does no damage by itself, but there is a mod for it called Fatal Teleport that when you use it on an enemy, it automatically performs a finisher move, which is pretty dangerous. Now, his last ability is ridiculously strong. And it has 2 variants. The first variant is normally. And as you can see, all kinds of things die. The second variant I'm about to show you costs less energy in one circumstance. So if you watch my energy bar now here, as you can see, I used far less energy and actually got some energy back by killing them in stealth. So Ash plays kind of as a pseudo-stealthy super ninja. He is really the ninja of Warframe. And that's exactly what he does. So just look at the actual amounts on him. We'll look at his abilities. Again, these are unmodified stats. So his passive is bleed effects afflicted on enemies deal more damage and last longer. Bleed effects are Bleed effects are slash procs. So if you have a weapon that deals slash damage, it doesn't mean that it's going to automatically deal slash procs or bleed damage. It means it has a chance. And I'll get to that in a minute here. Shuriken gives a guaranteed damage and bleed effect. And if you notice, it also impales enemy to walls if they're dead, or you hit them hard enough, I suppose. Smoke screen drops a smoke bomb. It stuns enemies for a very short period of time and gives you stealth for 8 seconds. And its radius is 10 meters. That's what a stun is for 10 meters. Teleport, as he teleports to a target, brings them into melee range. It makes enemies vulnerable to finishers. It's a 60-meter range. 60-meter range. To give you an idea that it's almost from here to the enemies, from this platform to the enemies. Then you have Blade Storm, which is a very, very long range as well, 50 meters. And if you noticed, it's 12 energy per mark. And then otherwise it's 6% energy, so it's half that amount if you do it while invisible. And then, of course, it's 2,000 damage. I'll let that sink in for a second. Now, the scope of Ash's abilities are pretty impressive. And as I said, I could, from here... Oops, not quite from here. But almost from there. See, look at that. Almost from there. Okay? That gives you an idea. Those abilities are super strong. Now, if I shoot him with this gun... I could go to town forever. And of course, it's a pump action. It's a click action gun, so you can't just hold and click. You have to keep pressing. To kind of give you an idea, that's how much hits it takes from an unmodified, unranked weapon to kill a rank 30 enemy. Then, of course, Ash is fully ranked up. So let's look at a weapon that you might have as a primary when you actually get him. Okay? So maybe you'll have, let's see here, a decently stable weapon that you probably will have near that time frame. Probably the Tiburon, the Ignis, the Javlock, a couple of these you probably will have. So let's do Dread. Very common one to pick up at some point down the line. Wow, I can't talk today. I can't talk ever. This is ridiculous. The Dread. We will keep Dread modified. Okay? We will keep Dread modified. So it is modified. And we will also equip a secondary weapon that will probably also be fairly common for you to have when you actually get Mr. Golden Ninja Boy here. And that would probably be a simple one. The Zylock you probably already have. The Lotto. Gosh. Let's say dual Cestras. And you will probably, and I wouldn't say you have the Prisma Scana, but let's say those are the ones you have. So, once again, so boop. So, as you can see, that was an orange crit. Now, to give you an idea of what an orange crit is, so you have yellow, orange, then red crits, which means if you have a 100% chance to crit, you will be always critting yellow. But if you have a little over 100% chance to crit, you'll crit orange or possibly even red, which means you do even more damage. And if you noticed, it's a lot of damage. Look at that, 8,000 damage, and he is pinned to a wall. So the Dread, when fully modified, can deal more damage than Ash can. Makes sense, right? Ash isn't modified. He should deal more damage. It's a fully modified weapon. Now, as a fully leveled up weapon, if I took the mods off the Dread, however, it says 125% chance to crit, by the way, static of 50%. If I took the mods off, however, simulated them again, four, 5, 6, 7, 8 shots to kill something, where Ash himself takes relatively few. So that's kind of the idea of the comparison between Ash's damage and just how weapons work with him in general. Don't fall off. So quickly here, how do you mod Ash Prime? Or just Ash in general? Well, you mod Ash, believe it or not, for power strength and duration. You really don't need a lot of range. And efficiency is good if you want to spam abilities, but really you don't really need it. You want duration and power strength because you should be going into stealth quite often. And if your duration's high enough, your stealth goes up quite a bit. So a lot of people will run him with Steel Charge for the extra melee damage. Often, like for me, doing an economy build, I would do Intensify because you're more likely not to have that. Another V you might have is Continuity. Ooh, what did I do? Another V you might have is Continuity, so you go ahead and put Continuity in there. A Dash Polarity, which I would have. You might put Rush or Flow. Flow would probably be the one that most people will run. Well, they'll run Stretch, although I don't consider Stretch to be useful. Or Streamline. Streamline actually might be the better option there. You have 130% in 3 categories right now. And then for the rest of them, especially if you're not used to playing him, you should probably put things like Vitality, Steel Fiber, so you have some extra armor, some extra health. These are the common ones that you should be running with him. And then, of course, you have 7 left over. You won't have any of these. You won't have most of the other things. One that people sometimes will throw in there is Intruder. For that extra seconds of hacking, you might be surprised at how useful those extra seconds of hacking actually are. So this would be the economy build for him, with Steel Charge probably being swapped out for something like, I don't know, Deadeye if you get it, or Rifle. And most people will have Rifle Amp right away. Find the V polarities are actually much more useful on him than you'd imagine. And then running him this way gives him an incredible amount of extra power. I will push these guys up to level 100s. Now, you will never have to fight level 100s unless you start doing sortie missions. But it's just to kind of give you a concept of idea how much this changes. Oh, I just realized there's level 30s inside level 100s. Whoops. Alright, so now there's level 100s here. Look at that. These are level 100 enemies, so they're not supposed to be taken out easily. And in a single shuriken, you can do about 1/3 or more of their health bar. And with that, you can kill them. Look at that. Again, these are level 100 enemies, and you are killing them fairly easily with a semi-modded 130% power strength in 3 things. Sorry, 130% power strength, 130% efficiency, and duration, and you're killing these level 100 Lancers. They aren't the strongest, and I will admit to that, but they are pretty darn strong. So, to finish this off, we will show you how you acquire Ash. So again, Ash kind of plays a lot with his parkour. Remember that he is really a tricky warframe to play with, and to get him is a little bit tricky as well. So you get Ash here by going to places like Uranus, Neptune, Phobos, Sedna, Ceres. Well, maybe not Ceres, and maybe not Phobos. I know Ceres for sure. Phobos? I think Phobos is infested. It's Corpus, okay. So basically you want to go to any mission that has Grineer that are over level 30. I know it sounds weird. Why over level 30? Because some Ash here drops from Grineer Maniacs, which I will show you here in a second. So, factions. We'll go to the Grineer. And I'll see if I can find the Maniacs. It would be nice if they could let me sort these, just like I normally do. TKMD. Wow, there's so many things here. Where's the crazy boys? Where's the crazy ones? I might have skipped past him already, but I don't know. Hard to say. Dakar. Maniacs. So, Maniacs will drop ash parts. If I remember correctly, exactly. And I will double check myself just to be on the safe side because Google is my friend and I always want to make sure. Yep, ash parts fall from Maniacs. So not just these Maniacs, but all Maniacs. And I think Dakar might be the only Grenier Maniac. Grenier Maniac. So you get the chassis, neuropics, and the systems from him. So this is the guy you want to find, Grenier Maniacs. And as you can see, they're found in Mercury, Mars, Saturn, Uranus, and so on. So this is one of the reasons why I do a lot of scanning in my games, because scans tell you where things drop, which is really helpful. And this stuff can be semi-useful eventually down the road. So that's how you get Ash. And I should have explained a little bit more how to get Atlas now that I'm thinking of it. But so beyond that, there's not much more to figure out about Ash. He plays like a ninja. You just stealth and kill things with your 4th ability. You can shuriken people up to level 30 or higher and still kill them fairly easily. Modify him economically for just a little bit of power, strength, efficiency, and duration, and you pretty much have a fairly good star chart clearing Warframe. So if you guys have liked this video, please leave a comment, subscribe, of course like the video. If you disliked it, please leave me a comment in the comment section and tell me why or what I could do to improve. Until next time, everybody, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and thank you so much for watching.